Hey dudes, how's it going, and welcome back to HDSF Metro 2033. Artyom is indeed in the shit. And no, I'm not using WASD, not on the normal keyboard anyway. I pulled the keyboard to the left then to use old school WASD. I forgot I'm on my my Timber King Timberwolf. There you go.
Stop him, stop him.
Stopping me is running. It's like near a pool, you don't run in the pool.
Surrender.
Am I supposed to avoid him or what? Yes, it would seem. I'm on some kind of like fit on top of this tower, so I do need to avoid that. I didn't know that. I know it now. No, not that way. Oh, okay, yeah, that way.
He cannot be allowed. Surrender.
Yeah, I guess run the opposite way. If you see a red guy, run the other way. Oh, impossible, but you're in hell, so it doesn't really matter. No, I'm gonna try running the opposite direction. I say that way was not working.
He's coming to destroy us.
See you, red dickhead, I'm off the other way.
He cannot be allowed.
Stop me running.
He's coming to destroy us. Destroy him.
What now? Did I do it right? Oh, hell snow. Give me some bricks. Oh, dickhead. Oh, dickhead. I didn't know there were no bricks. Oh, come on. I didn't know there were no bricks that were going to come up underneath me. I thought there were going to be bricks. I thought it was going to platform on demand for me. Fuck it. I guess we've got to do it old school. No floor on demand. We've got to jump. Oh, nice. Oh, very nice. That's cool as fuck.
He cannot be allowed.
Man, they made a nice... I mean, other than the frame stuttering and stuff like that, they made a really nice fucking engine. And they did so fucking many nice things with it.
He's coming to destroy us.
Really fucking nice.
Surrender.
Surrender when there's so many nice platforms and shit to jump on and rooms to be constructed? No way. Oh, dude, weak! I thought you could skirt around the outside of that. That's fucking lame. Checkpoint anytime soon? I don't mind if there's a checkpoint or not. I'll quite happily see those fucking rooms construct again. I don't care, me. No, that's fine by me. I'm happy to see that again. It's cool as fuck.
Surrender. Stop him.
Stop him! He's having too much fun.
He cannot be allowed.
Cool shit.
He's coming to destroy us.
Where do you want me from here? Over there? Yeah, I guess.
Stop him.
Left or right? No, left.
He's coming to
Been here
destroy
before.
us.
Then again, it's all kind of confusing. No, I've been here before. Fuck! It's just become a vertical. Oh, no, there we go. I thought I just like climbing up a vertical face then.
He cannot be allowed. Stop him. Destroy him. He cannot be allowed.
Destroy you. Reload in hell. Cool little bit there.
Procedure complete. Artyom, the missiles are in flight!
Good job. If it's hostile, you kill it. If it's cutscene, you watch it. If it's e-cig, you smoke it. Stop it. If it's timber, you wolf it. I can do this all day. If it's missiles, you launch it. It's like in Soviet Russia kind of stuff, is that? Do anything. I should have a watch of it, dude. I think that's what I do, actually.
A wise man once said, "He who leads a war for the love of his fellow man will defeat his enemies." I led my war protecting my family and friends, protecting my home, the metro. We had won. But to this day I wonder, when we burned the dark ones from the face of the earth, was something lost as well?
No! I didn't realise that was the end. No! No, no, no. No! Well, at least unlike you lot that played Metro years back, I don't have to wait long. I have to wait 2 weeks to play the second game. That's the advantage of waiting that long sometimes. It's like when you don't realise that you'd really enjoy it, like a TV show or something like that, and then you come into it like seasons late and you get to watch shit tons of it. I'm jealous with Claire at the moment with that as well. She's got like fucking 100 odd episodes of One Piece to watch eventually. Jammy bitch. But no! I were enjoying that. Shit. I didn't realise it were going to end there. I don't know. I mean, granted, it seems like it was getting near the end. You know, you were going to launch these missiles and stuff like that. But I didn't think that guy that I shot them was going to be the boss. I didn't think that was the final area. I don't know. When he said all plans were made to go wrong and stuff like that, I thought something was going to fuck up with this and. But then again, was we going to do? Get choppered out of there or something like that? No. Oh well, goddammit. I'm proper enjoying that. It's a really, really, really fucking good FPS game. Very atmospheric. Very unique. Very good. Only minor gripes about this one. Very well. It's weird. Like one's an engine gripe, which is quite uncommon, really, but is very true. The engine is a bit rickety. No. No.
I'm not surprised.
I thought it'd be longer than that. I really did. Eh? I must be on what? Oh, what part is this now? This is part 9. Eh? I put it on hardcore. I put it on fucking hardcore as well. I didn't think this had been done in like under 10 hours. How long to beat didn't say 10 hours. How long to beat said about 15 hours. I mean, people were saying in the other parts that, you know, I wasn't exploring fully, but I was still exploring. And certainly from about part 5, I started really hoovering up different bits and bits. I mean, you might disagree and say, no, you still weren't looking around enough, but I thought it was. I mean, I had like 300 and odd military. I knew it wouldn't be a problem. I didn't struggle on guns whatsoever. I still got the body armour. Now, granted, I got the body armour when I didn't need it as much compared to the Nazi frontline bit, which I needed it there, really. But still, it didn't seem a big. I could have used the military grade in the end. I could have used the fucking military grade bullets. I had 300. I was running out of normal bullets and using shit ones. I could have used military grade. 300 of the fuckers. More than that. Damn. Continue. Oh, it just puts me back here again. Boo. I don't know what I was expecting. More. That's what I was expecting. I wanted more. No, nothing incredible. What's something else? Video? What's this? This isn't the intro. Eh? Relic, what are you doing here? What's this?
Once, planet Aurelia was the sector's crown jewel, home to billions of souls.
This is Dawn of War!
Then came the warp storms.
Oh my
They
god, what the
pushed
fuck?
Aurelia into a
I've got
new
Dawn of
world.
War fucking intros in my
Planet
Metro.
Ice.
It's a Dawn of War
Now,
2 fucking...
Planet Aurelia has returned.
It's Dawn of War
and
2
the
intro.
signal is coming from its surface.
Not even an intro?
My name is Daniel Kading. I am the lead designer for Chaos Rising, the expansion pack for Dawn
It's for
of
Chaos
War
Rising,
2.
that's why I'd say that. I've got all the Dawn of War 2
2
stuff,
is a
but
real-time strategy
I've not
game
actually
where
played
you
it.
command the Space Marines, superhuman warriors who
I played a little bit of
battle to
multiplayer,
protect
but not single
mankind
player.
from alien forces.
Oh man, I
Chaos
love me
Rising
fucking
takes
40k.
place 1 year after the conclusion of Dawn of War 2. Brand new campaign.
Should play
where
this,
you
really.
have to deal with the evil machinations of your arch enemies, Chaos.
It's pretty good
Forces of
multiplayer as
Chaos
well.
are the legendary
A lot of Dawn of War
arch
players
enemies of Space Marines.
really
They're
didn't take to Dawn. Well, it's not a lot, but you know,
murderous,
from
and
what I
they
gathered
want
at least,
nothing
anyway,
more
like
than
some
to
didn't
bring
take to Dawn of War 2
which
because
is
of, you know, the
Space
lack of base
Marines.
building, but it's actually pretty fun.
They are demonic.
If you take it as just, I take it as just like, well,
And
holy shit,
bringing
it's another
down
good
the
Warhammer 40k game, and there is not
than
many.
You've had to use against any other
So I'm just happy for a
You'll
good
find
40k game,
Chaos
mate.
Space Marines themselves
And if anything, the smaller
bolters,
scale
heavy
lends
weaponry,
itself to how I play
and
RTS a
dark
lot better.
magic, as well as
I'm better at Dawn of War
demonic
2 than what I
forces.
were at Dawn of War 1 anyway.
Joining your side in this fight against the forces of Chaos is Jonah the Librarian. He is a powerful psychic caster. He can equip spells in the same way that most units equip accessories, but he can then equip focus items for those spells that will transform them. So what
Still
might
questioning
start
why I'm
out
watching
as,
a Dawn of
say,
War
a
2 Chaos
fireball
Rising
that would
fucking thing, but
ignite
still,
a
I'm
single
actually
unit on fire
intrigued.
and be transformed into a massive explosive.
I didn't play any of the single player, just the multiplayer. And like I say, always love the Warhammer 40k. Any excuse, mate. Any excuse.
We've also introduced the new corruption system. Corruption is a choice. It is an alternative way of playing the game. It's not a penalty. You have
I was
to
about
make
to say,
the
was there an
choice to
expansion
become
after
evil.
Chaos Rising? There was. I'd barely even touched that fucking thing. Retribution, I believe it was called.
The results of corruption
Because it's
are
Dawn of War
huge and
2,
widespread.
Chaos
They affect
Rising,
everything in
and
the game,
Retribution,
including
I
the sorts of
think.
abilities
Yeah.
you get, what
There's
sorts
not
of
one after
traits
that, though,
you
is
can
there?
unlock, what sorts of war gear you can equip, both good and bad. There's more than one ending to this game, and how it plays out will depend on how corrupt or pure your forces are come the ending.
Oh, Chaos.
The world environments in Chaos Rising are absolutely gorgeous. Every time you visit them, we wanted you to be amazed. We have 2 new environments. You'll be fighting on the surface of planet Aurelia, on literally an ice-encased city. The ground itself will be rupturing and breaking and erupting in front of you as chaos rips the planet into pieces, and chunks of it are left suspended in midair, held aloft by demonic forces.
Oh, from the warp.
One of the other new environments that will be appearing in Chaos
Oh, no
Rising
fucking
is
way,
that
man.
of a space Hulk. It's derelict, giant spacefaring
Why haven't I
ghost
played
ship.
this yet?
And you will need to foray into it in order to solve the mysteries.
Oh, Space Hulk.
of Chaos Rising.
Does he give some Terminators? Whoa, no, he just send Space... Well, I guess you can
All
send
the
Space Marines
missions
into an
in
Hulk.
Chaos
A la
Rising
Space
and
Crusade.
campaign
But
are
no, that's what you do. You
completely
send in
unique. There's
fucking...
a
What's a
massive
Dreadnought
variety
doing
of
in there? You
objectives
can't fit a
you'll be
Dreadnought in a Space Hulk.
accomplishing over a wide variety of maps.
Yeah, a wide variety. That's what fucking I drew from that Space Hulk. Way
You'll
too
visit
wide
few
for
familiar
a Hulk.
locales from the previous campaign, but they
Oh, it's a
too
big
have
Hulk
changed
anyway.
substantially since you last saw them in Dawn of War 2.
Don't get no Dreadnought and no
Chaos
Space
Rising
Hulk.
features a new level skew
Ain't
going
nobody
to
got
level
time for that.
30,
That's
a
Claire's
huge
fault, is
variety of
that?
brand new war gear,
Always saying
brand
that
new
shit.
traits, abilities,
Ain't nobody got time for
more
that.
of everything that made Dawn of
That's
War
your
2
fault
itself
there.
amazing. Chaos Rising
Can't
is
send a
coming in
Dreadnought
March
into a Space Hulk.
2007.
Ain't nobody got time for
We
that.
certainly hope you enjoy it as much as we've enjoyed
Well, look at
it.
that guy's armor detail. That's fucking nice Chaos armor. I don't know why. Dawn of War 2 on my fucking... Oh, games for Windows Live. Get the fuck out of my Metro. You know, that was very undescript though. I expected it was going to be some kind of like... Metro related video. Not fucking... Not... If you'd have said to me, take a guess OTG, what would be the video? You know, it says video, what video would it be? It's like, well, it's probably something Metro related. It's like, I'll give you a clue, it's not Metro related. It's like, well, I don't know. I heard that the team that did this is somehow linked to the Stalker series, so maybe something with Stalker? No, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. No, try Dawn of War 2. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, and even then if you guess Dawn of War 2, you won't be right. It's Chaos Rising, actually. What? I thought it was weird when I saw Relic's fucking Sea Mine. I like Relic's logo. Little intro video. It's like Sea Mine, it's good shit. Well, that game was fucking excellent. Really, really was. It was shorter than I expected, though. Jesus. I spent probably 20% of the time, the overall length of the game. I spent about 2 hours with this before I even started. I said it in an earlier part. I spent about 2 hours just trying to get rid of the frame stutter. And it seems like, I don't know, unless you've got some very specific hardware setup or you're lucky, you're going to suffer frame stutter regardless, because I could not get rid of it for the life in me. Could not get rid of it. Tried all kinds of different things, literally you name it, I tried it. So many different forum threads, so many different fucking tweaks and different settings and other bits and shit. Could not fucking get rid of it. But in some areas, there was barely any. Next to none. Like, not noticeable. Like, I tell you something, I didn't, in the last few parts, I've barely noticed it. I've either tuned it out, or I didn't notice it. Or there was none. But in some of the earlier parts, there wasn't any either, and then there was loads, and then there was none, and then there was loads. It must have just been area dependent. Like, it wasn't, I mean, people have said it's not very well optimized, so maybe some areas were, like, not as well optimized as other areas and just triggered it a lot more often. But a fantastic game. That was very engaging, very enthralling, and very atmospheric. My only gripes would be the engine, which was incredible, and it was like what's the expression now? Like a flawed diamond. Like, so fucking good, so good. Like, what they could do with that engine was really, really good. You know, the way, like, you know, when Half-Life came in and the scripted scenes were a leap and a fucking jump and a marathon above everything else before it, above Quake and Unreal and everything like that. That's what that felt like to me, but just not quite as much. Like, half of the leap, you know. The way they used the maps and the environments, the way that the characters interacted with the environments, and the environments themselves. Like, even this room here seems like a proper room. It's believable. It's not overly large and unbelievable. It's not really sparse and unbelievable. It's got density to it, and it's filled with shit that seems believable, and it's, I don't know, it was the same in all the areas. There wasn't a single area in the game that went, that is sparse as all fuck, when it should actually be full of stuff. If anything, it was the entire opposite way around. I'd constantly comment on, like, even like sewer pipes and stuff like that, like walking down sewer pipes, and even then there was stuff inside them proper. Like shrooms growing on the walls, and like broken pipes connecting in, and debris and other bits of stuff, and it's seriously made for a fucking way more engaging experience. I will never play a first-person game ever again without realising just how fucking sparse the areas are by contrast to Metro. It really was a cut above. In the same way that Half-Life was a cut above the rest, I reckon Metro's mapping and like the population of the maps with prefabs and fucking like the way the characters interacted with it, that was like half a leap above everything else. Very, very well done. You can tell a lot of love went into it. Definitely. And I fucking noticed it, man. I picked up on that and fucking appreciated it. It was very, very well done and very much appreciated. That's like I say, I'll never play another first-person game again without thinking, if this were Metro, it'd be fucking more populated around here. It wouldn't look so fucking barren. You know, as an example, you know, like when you're playing an MMO and you walk into like a field or whatever like that, or an open area, and it's literally nothing. It's literally a flat ground with a couple of trees and a couple of rocks, and that's it. That's what fucking a first-person games are gonna feel like now. Like, some MMOs are really bad for that. Like, it's literally nothing but a flat piece of ground and a couple of trees, and that's it. And it's so fucking obvious. And then other MMOs do it a lot better. Like, Guild Wars was fairly nice with that and stuff like that, but... I mean, the only sparsely populated stuff in this was, like, when it was meant to be, like, it was, like, frozen fucking areas and just a few bits of debris and stuff like that, and that was it. It was meant to be like that. The build... Ain't nobody got time for that. The rest of the areas were fucking fantastic. I mean, the atmosphere and the story and, you know, everything else that was great this game, but seriously, the thing I took away from this that I enjoyed the most was, it really was the mapping. It's kind of an odd thing to say, but it really was. It was very cinematic in how they used the maps and very cinematic in how they actually, you know, made the maps. Made for a really unique and vastly superior experience to a lot of first-person games I've played. Really did. Like I say, it seems like an odd thing to like tout as its, you know, its crowning feature was its map design, but it made the game to me. I mean, this is not saying like it made the game and everything else was crap, because it wasn't. It had a lot of really nice mechanics, like, you know, the charging of your battery for your flashlight and your night vision. The stealth mechanic was pretty nice. It was all right, better than most. It was. Like I say, I'm not going to diss on the stealth mechanic, because it was better than most games. It was just a bit wobbly sometimes as well, and I think that's Metro 2033 in a nutshell, really. Like I say, it's like a flawed diamond. Very, very good, but, you know, just not quite perfect. Like I said, the engine, as fantastic as it was, and with the shit that they did with it, as great as it was, the stutter, man. You know, the stutter. I mean, you could watch an absolutely incredible film. It could be the best film ever made. If you're watching some fucking, you know, some 25% quality fucking cinematic audio version of it, it's not going to be the same, is it? It could be the best film ever, but it's obviously gonna lessen the experience, and it did slightly, but not as much. You know, sometimes it was a bit annoying, but the game was so enjoyable around that I didn't really want to lay into it too much. But it was a bit annoying in places. You've got to be honest with it and say, look, that is a massive flaw in an otherwise perfect diamond there. But, you know, other than the engine, only other gripe I had was the jarring 90-degree snaps of the enemies, like the lock-ons that they do. Like, I mean, I complained about like wall hacking in one of the earlier parts. I suspect it was more on the lines of I was just dying so fast, it appeared like I was being wall hacked, so I couldn't see what actually shot me. I mean, they probably had very acute firing angles, like literally as soon as that gun was over an edge, I bet they were shooting me. So it appeared like they were shooting through a wall, when probably they weren't. I mean, I can't prove that one way or the other. I'm sure people would probably say that they weren't shooting through walls, but... So let's not count that. But certainly they snap onto you, on the higher difficulty at least anyway. And that's a little bit jarring. You know, this is just Metro 2033 in a nutshell, innit? Like, this element is fantastic, but there's always that but that stops it from, like, oh, I'd give this element 10 out of 10. Like, the AI was fantastic. It really was. It was very clever. Like, there was a guy not too many parts ago, and he knew I was in the area, but he didn't know where, and I circled around him. Like, it was more than 180 degrees that I circled around him or something. And you could tell he was looking for me. And he looked around, and when he saw me, he readjusted. And it's like, that was good. Like I was saying in another part as well, like, it gave me this kind of like fear vibe. You know, Fear 1, when you'd actually respect the enemies and stuff like that, they'd know how to play you in an area on the high difficulty and stuff like that, they'd know how to work you. And the AI felt like that, just not quite as awesome. You know, as in like, we're gonna fuck you up replica style. You know, it felt a bit more human than that. So you gotta give it credit on that, they did feel more human. And that's why I had the but when they do these 90-degree snaps, that ruins the immersion a little bit on it then. So it's not quite perfect, but very damn close, very good. Very, very good. The stealth mechanic was good as well. I mean, I fucked it up quite a lot, to be honest, but it seemed solid enough. Just a little bit wobbly in places as well. Like, sometimes I didn't understand it when I had no flashlight on and I was sneaking away, like, crouched and not trying to make no sound. They still seemed to know I was there, but that's probably on me, is that, so I'm not really going to lay into that. But like I say, literally, like, you know, a couple of questionable things the AI, otherwise they were great, and a couple of questionable, well, one questionable thing, frame stutter, with the engine, and it was otherwise fantastic. Like I say, it's a couple of, in my opinion, a couple of absolutely valid gripes, but dwarfed by the game overall. You can say like, oh, I won't be able to get through the frame stutter. It's like, I think you should. Because even with frame stutter, it's still a fantastic game and a fantastic experience, definitely. So I think it's worth persevering. I do think the game would have benefited from an FOV option in the main menu. Because, I mean, from what I were reading and what I had to do, you've got to set the FOV in 3 different config files. I don't know if it works by setting it in one of the 3, but I set it in 3 and it worked. Not to mention that first thing I thought to do was set the FOV at like 90. But apparently there's something weird about the Metro FOV, same as Battlefield 3. And you don't work by a normal FOV, you don't go, oh well, I usually play at 90 FOV, or I usually play at 105 FOV. Doesn't matter. It's not the same in Metro. It's not the same. Don't ask me to explain the exact mechanics of it, but it's not the same. And you've got, I mean, there's a calculator for it, and you fire in like what your dimensions you want, like 1280 times 720 for 720p, and it comes out as 59 FOV. Of all numbers, 59. That's the FOV that you want for 720p recording, or playing. And I've got to be honest, it felt a lot better. Not only did the game feel better, but, I mean, I ain't seen anybody, I don't think that part's uploaded on YouTube yet, I don't think it is. So, it's a bit late now, but I wonder if anybody's going to have any reaction to that. Saying, oh, well, you ruined it because stuff wouldn't have been as close into your face for the horror effect, and, you know, like, you could see a little bit more around you, so it's not the same. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, that low FOV was making me feel fucking fairly wobbly. Not sick. I don't think it made me feel motion sick, like I was saying in an early part. It wasn't quite the same as like Half-Life's airboat, but it was making me feel wobbly. It was, or something was anyway, and that wasn't helping. Let's just say that wasn't helping at the very least. And ever since I set the FOV higher, I hadn't felt any problems with it. So clearly something was afoot there. Like I say, it was either causing it, or it certainly wasn't helping me not feel great, one or the other. And I raised it up to 59, felt fine. I hadn't felt wobbly on any of these parts now. So, like I say, I think it would be my recommendation to have a look around and, you know, it's not hard to find. Look on the Steam forums or fire in like Metro 2033 FOV or something like that. You'll get into the right place. And then if you're playing at 1280 times 720 like I do, you don't even need to do the calculator thing. 59. 59 is the FOV you require set. That was the FOV I was playing at. That's what the FOV people recommend for that resolution. That FOV was fine to me. As I say though, I really enjoyed the fuck out of that. I fucking did. I was... You mean, you saw me at the end of that, it's like, no. No. I mean, there'd be a lot of people going, well, what the fuck? Why did you end it at that right then? It's like, yeah, in my defense though, I mean, granted, I did watch a Dawn of War 2 video, but in my defense, I wouldn't have had time to talk about the game. You know what I'm like, at the end of a fucking game, I like to fucking digest it. And fucking talk about it. And I wouldn't have had time. I'd have had like 2 minutes to talk about it. I hate that. I hate trying to cram it all into one part at the end and you only get like 2 minutes to talk about the game. It fucks me off. I like to talk about... Because I don't ramble so much along the way anymore. I I trim the fat while I'm actually going through the parts, and then I add the fat at the end. Because if people want to watch this bit, it's up to them, innit? If they want to hear me ramble on about the game and, like I say, digest it and mull it over and stuff like that, they can. If they don't, you haven't missed anything. That seems a better way of doing it to me. Much better. And I don't like having my ramble cut short. This displeases me. I will not abide by this. But I enjoy the fuck out of it. Like, so you saw me at the end there, I was like, no, not the end. I enjoyed the end bit. It was good. And you don't always need a boss fight at the end. I mean, you could say, well, Joe, don't you find the ending boss... I mean, I don't know if that's what people are going to say or not, but, I mean... I expect somebody would say at least, like, don't you find it a bit underwhelming? The boss fight at the end. It's like, dude, I find every ending boss in a first-person game underwhelming. I didn't mind the opposing force end boss. That actually felt like half fun at least, but yeah, I can't think of many other first-person bosses at the end that were actually decent. I really can't. Metro was fine all the way along it. And what would be the point of having a great game all the way along it, just have a boss at the end, put me through a full of bullets or something like that, until I die? That I would have found underwhelming, and also just unsatisfactory. Instead, you had more like beating the vision kind of an end boss, you know, like escape from the fucking guy chasing you. And, you know, just gun. I don't know why bullets worked on him in the end, but, you know, shoot him in your mind. And that seemed to work. So it was more like an ending experience rather than an ending boss. And I think that was more satisfactory than a fucking, you know, let's shoot, dead, done. You won the day because you killed a boss. There wasn't a boss. That's the thing as well. It's like, oh, there should have been an end boss. Who? It's not like there's a fucking, you know, a mastermind behind all the fucking Dark Ones and shit like that. Not that we know of in this fucking segment of this story, at least, anyway. At no point did it say there is one guy or a group of guys controlling the Dark Ones. I mean, there was those lanky aliens, the Gankies, the fucking gangly, lanky aliens. But, you know, that once again, it's a group of them. Not one stood out or anything like that. And it seems like they were the higher evolved one, the Novalis or something like that, whatever. It's like, it didn't seem like there was one thing, you know, like, kill that one guy, that one thing, and GG. It didn't seem like that, so what were they going to use for an end boss? I don't blame them for doing it that way. Plus I got to crane that big biomass. So you get to crane that big biomass, and then you climb up a big tower, and you jump in from fucking rickety thing to rickety thing, and then you go into like a trance, and you fucking go through this cool hell type place, and best the demon in your head or whatever like that, and that's GG. I don't know, I found that more satisfying in the end. The only thing I didn't find satisfying was the length. I don't know, it just seemed to end like, not abruptly, but I don't know, I didn't see it coming for some reason. I think I was enjoying it so much, I kind of like, I don't know, when I got to the command center, I thought, well, I must be getting near the end now. But I think I kind of tuned it out a little bit, like, I didn't want it to end. So I tuned it out, like, you must be getting really close to the end now. Especially when it started to, like, say, like, right, we're going to launch these missiles and shit like that. It's like, oof, that sounded kind of endgame-ish, isn't it? Usually, the end of a film or the end of a game is when you launch the missiles, isn't it? Fires the missiles, and off they go. GG and stuff like that, but I think I tuned it out. Shows you how much I was enjoying that fucking game, doesn't it? I tuned out, even realising it must be near the end of the game. I was still surprised when it actually came up with the credit scroll. It's like, no. I was hoping there'd be an extra bit at the end after the credit roll. There'd be like an extra cutscene or an extra bit to play for, like, I don't know. But I liked the ending. There was no happy ending there as such. I mean, yeah, you launched the missiles into the area, but it's not sorted everything out, surely. It seems like it's infected the entire world, hasn't it? And you're in an area you could see from that tower, so you can't have done everything. So it wasn't really an happy ending. It seems like there's still a lot more to do. And Artyom's up that fucking tower, so he's still got to get down and shit like that. I assume he will, like, it seems like there's a sequel coming out in 2 weeks, but, you know, I like an ending that's not all like, you know, give Artyom a gold medal and play fucking fanfare for him and shit like that. Like, oh, Artyom, you know, 3 cheers for Artyom and stuff like that. Well done and shit. Saviour of the Metro and shit. Happily Ever After gets the girl and all that kind of shit. I fucking hate those endings, man. They're so boring. I like an ending when things go shit. More realistic. You see, that's a bit of a downer, but still. You know, when a film's got an happy ending when it was supposed to do, or an uplifting ending and stuff like that, fair enough. But what I can't stand is when the film would have a pair of balls and be more believable if it didn't have an happy ending. But it's like, oh no, we need to have an happy ending, otherwise people will be like sad at the end and stuff like that, and they'll be depressed and stuff like that. It's like, what? Is it some kind of crime to invoke a different emotion at the end of a game or a film than happy? So, oh yeah, it all worked out in the end and stuff like that. Is that the only emotion that you can evoke? Because that seems like very linear and very boring to me, does that? I like it when a film's got some balls. Like, as an example, here we go, I actually watched a film with a pair of balls recently, The Wicker Man. That was out in like, that's like, I'm way late to watching that film. Nicolas Cage. Very recommended, by the way, if you've not seen it. I mean, it's been, you've probably seen it parodied in many a TV show or animation and stuff like that. It's been parodied quite hard. But I'd never got around to seeing it, and it's actually, I'm quite well versed in Nick Cage's film library. Apart from that mandolin shit, I don't buy it. I'm going to enjoy a film involving an instrument. But, throw myself off with my bullshit there. But yeah, I fucking really enjoyed that film, and that film's got some balls in the end. It has. I mean, I won't spoil the ending for it just in case you haven't watched it. I mean, granted, it's like fucking 7 years old or something like that, so not really spoiling anything. But that film's got balls in the end. You didn't have to go like, oh well, you know, fucking happily ever after and stuff like that. The bad shit doesn't happen and stuff like that. It's like, no, it does. And that's how it. I don't want to spoil note, because it's a good film. It's a good film. I don't want to spoil note for you, so it's a bad example really. But still, a slightly less good example, but I guess you could do it. Like Empire Strikes Back. That film ends like shit. Luke's got his arm cut off, finds out his dad's Vader, and he can't stand the fucking noise he makes all the time and stuff like that. Claire's the only one that hasn't seen Star Wars and shit, so it's spoiling it for her, but nobody else. But you know, like that's good moviemanship, is that? You know, fucking, it doesn't end well, and it's years until the next one comes out and stuff like that. It's like that's how it was. You know, the Empire got the upper hand that time, and tough shit. Oh well, do you know, I like to see a film that ends happily. Well, go watch Care Bear the movie or something like that. May we? No, we may not. But it's like, you know, fucking go watch fucking Finding Nemo or something like that. You know, not every fucking film needs to end on this fucking happy note, this fucking happy joy fucking note. Like I said, I don't mind it when it's actually meant to be that way, like Finding Nemo. That's fine. You know, he finds his way back to his family and shit, I think. I can't remember, it's been a long time since I watched that. But, you know, that's fine, is that? Of spoiling Nemo's.
Spoiling every film ever made.
But, you know, that's fine, is that? And I expect it. You know, it's aimed at kids and stuff like that, and, you know, I expect that it was going to have an happy ending, you know. Oh, he gets lost from his family. It's like, yeah, I bet he's going to fucking find him again, the fucking drama queen. But, you know, that's fine, is that? But I can't stand the film. As an example, Matrix was a fucking, you know, Matrix world and universe is pretty fucking bleak and shit. You know, the machines have pretty much won, and you are fucked as a human. You know, Trinity should have fucking died, but no, we can't have the fucking love interest die. Yes, you fucking can, you ballless shite series. I enjoyed the first Matrix, it got fucking overrun, did that thing. But the fucking other two films, there's very few films I've ever said I want my time back. I still bear a grudge against the second and third Matrix. I want my time back. I want those hours back. Fucking, I can't remember the name now. Something Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
No, the Warner Brothers. Actually, I think they do work for the Warner Brothers, or they did anyway. But
Studio Brothers.
It begins with Wachowski Brothers or something like that. I can't remember. Either way, I want my fucking hours back, bros. I want my fucking time back for those films. I swear to God, you can't even imagine the look on my face when Trinity got fucking revived, man. It was just absolute disgust. I couldn't stand her actor and her actual character and stuff like that. I mean, if the actor was only acting according to like how they wanted her to, I'll cut her some slack, but fucking hell, she drove me crazy. So fucking... You get more personality out of a loaf of bread.
Or Sansa.
Even Sansa. Yes, even Sansa in Game of Thrones. Like, so me and Claire were talking about this the other day. The Sansa's acting in Game of Thrones, especially season 1.
It's fucking horrible.
Claire lays into it a bit more than what I do, but it's like, yeah, it wasn't so great. But like, I give her credit now. She's actually gotten a lot better at it. Either she was a new actor, or she was being told to go in a different, a not so great direction, or a direction that she wasn't particularly great. I mean, better than what I couldn't fucking act any better than what she did.
Oh no, please don't hurt me. I will be most upset.
I think that was actually better than Sansa there, but still. But yeah, I mean, you got to give the last credit. Either she was getting the wrong direction, or she couldn't act in that kind of way to begin with. She was trying to like really posh in season 1, because I've rewatched it all again recently. It was like putting on airs and graces for Joffrey and the Lannisters and shit like that. But the thing is, when she wasn't putting on airs and graces, you know, like when she was kind of like in a private moment, when nobody was like watching her or anything like that, and she was like, ah, yes, or whatever like that, and laughing and stuff like that, she was fine. So it just seems like that airs and grace kind of thing. But then again, she was...
Better actress then.
But Sansa the character was acting. So...
You still get someone to do it better than she.
Well, the thing is, she was acting and lying. And like Baelish points out, it's like, well, look around you, fucking... Everybody's a liar here, and we're all better than you are. So maybe... It's like you say, well, her acting was bad, but maybe... She was supposed to be acting bad, but either way, I think her acting is superior in the last couple of seasons than what it was in the first one. But yeah, I couldn't stand the fucking the character Trinity and the actor and stuff like that. I mean, apologies if you like Matrix. There's a lot of folk that like Matrix, but shit, man, I loved the first film. Don't get me wrong, but the second and third, I won't watch the first film now if you pay me though. It's been so overdone and so overwatched by me and a lot of folk. No way. But the second and third film, I want my time back still. It had a couple of good action scenes in the second one, but other than that, so fucking lame. And like I said, the look of absolute disgust and... Oh man, I can't even think of a word that describes it enough. It was just so annoying when she got revived. It's like, oh my god, cool, the only good part in this film is that it might have some balls and kill off Trinity. No, will it fuck? No, because we're gonna have happily ever after. It's like, really, you know, if you're gonna have happily ever after and like Neo wins or whatever like that, couldn't you at least add some casualties along the way? For fuck's sake. Like, just make it sound, just seem a bit grimmer and stuff like that. Like I say, don't get me wrong, I'm no fucking pessimist. It's not like I'm like out for a bad ending on everything. Like everything's got to end poorly and stuff like that. It's like, no, but you know, I'm really adverse to everything ending well. You know, like. Out of 10 times that a film ends good, I would say it was only supposed to do it 6 or 7 times. It was only supposed to end well. There were times it shouldn't have done, but they just flip it around and add some bullshit thing at the end. And I've said this before, I always feel badly for the villains, me, because no matter how well the villains play the game, the heroes always got some fucking bullshit story mechanic to make them win, so they get the happily ever after. It's bullshit. I side with the fucking villains, me. Not in real life, but you know, in stories and shit like that. I always feel for the fucking villains, me. I do. They get this shit end of the stick, and it's not fair. Because a lot of time the hero just douches his way through everything, fucks it up at every fucking opportunity, but still wins. It's like some fucking donkey playing 7-2 offsuit and betting all in before he's even looked at his fucking cards. And you've got a fucking ace, and you fucking flop 2 aces. And this fucking donk a 7-2 and hits a pair of 7s on the flop. Oh no, wait, you can't beat it at that point. But, you know, I was gonna say like you fucking runners, but then again you won't be able to beat it. But say you got the aces and fucking you flop 3 of a kind, and he just hits a 7. But then he runners fucking 4 of a kind. So you've got your fucking 3 of a kind on the fucking flop. You got a fucking set. Proper solid. You can't be beaten. Then it comes down like 7-4 or something like that. And this donk's like, well, I've got a pair. It's like, yeah, there's an ace on the board. And the guy, you know, you've bet into the fucking flop. So you've shown that you might have an ace. But this donk calls you. This fucking jackally donk calls you anyway. And flops a fucking 7 and then goes all in. And you're like, well, I've got to call it. I can't be beaten at this point. Ace 7-4. Rainbow. You have to call it. You'll win that bet 99 times out of 100. But not me. No. No. Just like the fucking villain in a fucking animation or something like that. No, not me. No. The donk's gonna get 7 on the fucking turn. And like, oh well, at least I got a full house now. As long as he's not got 7-7 in his hand, I'm still fucking ahead. And then it runs as a fucking 7. A river's a 7. So he's got 4 of a kind. And you've got full house, aces full of 7s. And you're just like, what the fuck? He bet pre-flop with 7-2. And I re-raised him. And he fucking calls. And then it comes down a pair of 7s and he goes all in. I mean, this is an imaginary hand, but... I'm getting bent out of shape about the imaginary fucking river beat here. It wasn't even a river beat. Yeah, it was. Because I still had him beat. Until 4 of a kind up fucking river. No, not like it's even fucking happening like, but still. Thing is though, I've had hands like that. Yeah, I have been, I swear, I have been runnered 4 of a kind when I've had a fucking set on the flop. And they've just had a pair. And I have been runnered into a fucking, my full house into a 4 of a kind. Shit you not, it's fucking pain. This is why I'm getting fucking mad. Because I've had it happen. I've had it happen to me. It's fucking criminal, man. And that's what you just sit back and go, am I fucking Skeletor or something like that? From He-Man.
Why?
You know, the bad guy.
Oh, I thought you meant because he's bad at cards.
No. So I don't pretend to know Skeletor's poker playing prowess. But you know, I'm just like, well, am I the fucking villain here in some fucking cartoon or some shit like that? Is it like no matter what I do, am I supposed to fucking lose?
Yeah, evil never wins, dude.
Good will always triumph.
I've been watching the superhero shit. I'm all for fucking that sort of crap.
It's like the heroes say good will always triumph. Like, it's somehow, like, it's set in stone, isn't it? Like, it may as well be on, like, you know, fucking Moses got those 2 fucking tablets with all the commandments on it. It's like good will always fucking win on that. Villains can't win at poker as well. It's like, and they say it in a way like good will always win because it's supposed to win. And in cartoons, that's bollocks. Because good always wins, and in films as well, and in games to some degree. Fucking good always wins because the fucking writers write it that way. Not because there was like anything supposed to happen that way. Not because like the good guys outplayed the bad guys or anything. I mean, the bad guys do fuck up sometimes. Stupid bad guys, you know. Let me tell you my. In fact, even Metro parodied that. With the Nazis that catch me and say, oh, it's a good thing that bad guys always take too long and explain all the fucking shit before they do it.
Oh, Bashman.
Ah, Bashman.
I love that impression.
It's fucking great as burn.
Oh, Bashman. I know you're right.
Fucking Sean Connery wannabe burn. He got sick of sounding Latino and shit like that, so he thought, right, what would make me sound more distinguished? Ah, Sean Connery.
It's so funny if you look at the clip that I saw. He's just identical to your impression. Great.
Like, I mean, not just them, but when I was doing it in the Injustice parts and stuff like that. Because it was on the fly, it wasn't a bad impression of Dark Knight Rises fucking burn. It wasn't a bad impression. You see, that's the problem with me as well. I don't do particularly good. I used to do alright as a kid, but I don't do very good impressions anymore. The accent and the voices become too deep and too thick. But I also do shit on, you know, like, do that again, can't. Because if you tell me to do it again, I overthink it.
See, I think I'm really good at impressions, but I'm not. Everyone tells me that's crap. I'm like, no, it's awesome.
I mean, folk that watch my videos often know that I overthink shit, and fuck it, I mean, I'll be first to admit that I overthink. And, which is kind of bizarre sometimes when I underthink massively. It's like, oh, you're gonna have to put some thought into this, am I? Charges in and just fucking mashes the face on the keyboard and shit like that. Good job, me, thumbs up. And the other time it's like, well, all you need to do is just press forward. It's like, yeah, but do you need to do it with a certain timing? Like, do I need to press forward like now and then wait a second or two and then do it? Or should I wait for somebody else to do something? Oh, I'm dead now because you fucked about. it's like, I'm a bit first to admit that shit, and like I say, that's what happens with impression stuff like, it's, oh, you did a really good impression there, Liam, do it again. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, what the fuck, you didn't do that a second ago? It sounded nothing like that. It's like, well, you should have asked me to, I say it quite often, I'm not performing fucking Seal. I don't do repeat performances and shit like that, you get one. You get one.
I don't know, I've got you to repeat, oh, Batman!
I can only do that line though, if you want me to say something else, like after, like, Batman and shit like that, it won't fucking, I refuse to do it even then.
You can keep saying, oh, Batman.
But, yeah, I mean, to get back on track to the game, that's a fucking tangent, that. Wow, that's 20-minute fucking 30-minute tangent pretty much, considering it started from a Dawn of War trailer as well, man, what the fuck? That was a huge tangent, even by my standards, man, fucking hell, I did a right loop. But, I think it was kind of in line, it was basically saying, like, the ending was fine and stuff like that, where it didn't end badly, but it didn't end good, either. It was neither. I mean, he kind of did what he wanted, but it's not fixed the world, has it? Not from what I gathered, anyway. It's not sorted out all his problems. You know, everybody's not going to just, like, rise out of the metro now and start living on the surface or anything like that. It doesn't seem like that. I mean, we'll find out soon enough in 2 weeks' time when the sequel comes out, which I will be there on launch day. Fucking definitely on launch day. I've got my, my game on Steam already. Dying for preload. I mean, fucking preload that thing. I'm going to be pressing it every fucking day. Preload, preload, preload. But yeah, looking forward to that. After that one, definitely. I hope it's longer, the second one. I mean, granted, quality over quantity. And at no point in this game that I think, oh my god, this is fucking dragging this area, man. It wasn't. It was like a roller coaster. Very exciting along every part of the track. It really was. Always a good game when you don't feel like, is this bit going to end? I'm getting kind of bored of this. You know, I'm enjoying the game, like, but this bit's dragging on a little bit. At no point. Even the bits when you're on a turret were interesting, and usually they drag a little bit, like, you know, how many more enemies can I kill from this turret? It's like, no, they were all fine. So it was quality, wasn't it? They could have stretched it out into a few hours, maybe. But it'd have been rinsing and repeating bollocks, and no thanks. It was fine as it was. Very, very good. Very, as I said before, very atmospheric, very unique in its mechanics. All the guns were like, I mean, yeah, there were shotguns and there were like assault rifles and stuff like that, and submachine guns and pistols and stuff like that, but they all handled very differently compared to, I mean, the pistols are kind of normal, but the shotguns all different and stuff like that, and varied, and the submachine guns are all varied and stuff like that, and the assault rifles and shit, it was alright stuff. Even the dynamite had a couple of different modes on it, like sticky mode and normal and stuff like that. I mean, I can't really see them in other games, but there was just nice of a mechanic, like I said before, about, you know, pumping the battery charge and stuff like that, and the pneumatic stuff on the guns where you had to, like, you know, like charge it up and stuff like that. Well, not charge it, but, you know, like pump it to fucking build up the air pressure and stuff like that. There was some good little mechanics to the game. Really was. Like I said before, the stage design was just so fucking awesome, though. It really was. Really was. I mean, the game looked and sounded fantastic. I mean, you can't fault the engine for how it looks, or how it sounded, or how it handles, or anything like that. It's just a frame store. That's what doesn't annoy me. It's what saddens me a little bit. Like I say, it makes it from a diamond into a flawed diamond. It's just a damn shame, but still well worth it. Fucking amazing looking game. And so, they didn't just like have the look and didn't use it. They fucking used it, and well. Like I say, I can only rave this game in every single area. The story was great, the characters were great. Some of the voice acting was a little bit stilted, but I don't think it wasn't the primary language, was it? You could tell. Some people were saying I should have run it in Russian and had English subtitles on. And you know what? If I ever did play it again, that's exactly what I would do. And maybe with the second game, that's what I will do. Run it in Russian with the English subtitles. But I don't know, some people... See, there'll be some people that say, yeah, I'd like to hear it in Russian, but, you know, like, read their English subtitles. But there'll be a lot of people that'd say, well, I don't want to be reading to understand what's going off. So maybe not, actually, maybe not. But if I was playing it by myself next time, yeah, I'd run it in Russian and read the subtitles. I don't have no problem. I fucking watch shit tons of anime, so I don't care about reading subtitles. Yeah, well, I said this in an early part. One advantage of playing Dota so fucking much is I knew how to say, like, Soka. Soka. Because usually, I mean, if you look at it, you, I mean, I'd say it as like Psyker. But I don't think I'm even pronouncing that right. It's definitely so, like so. So, but I think the ka at the end's not quite. I don't think it said that. Suka. I don't think it's like ka, like so obvious like that. I think it's a bit different. I'm not sure anyway. It's definitely like Suka. I think you can get away with that. They'll know what you're saying anyway. Soka. But I'm sure like the A's like slightly different than just saying like how we do it. But I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. But like I say, when I've managed to play Dota so fucking much.
You know one word?
I know one word. I know one Russian word. But shit, that's all you fucking need, isn't it? That's all you need. That's all. Well, that's all I ever hear from the Russians in Dota. I'm not being offensive there, but that's all I ever hear.
That's the only word.
That's yeah. I mean, that's what all they ever say to me and the team and stuff like that. Fucking Soka.
Soka.
Entire team is Soka. It's like fuck. No, it's shit. If you just played Dota and you didn't actually know there was a Russian language, you just assume that that's the only fucking Russian word.
I'm fluent in Russian.
I'm fluent in Russian. I can say bitch in Russian. That's all you need. That's all you need in Dota anyway. That's all you need. That's all I've ever heard. I swear that I'm not even making this up. The only two things from Russian folk on comms, in like I said, not being offensive, but this is just from experience of Dota 2. It's all you ever hear. You either just hear the one word, Soka, said in various ways and various aggressivenesses, or it's a complete shitstorm of Russian. And good luck interpreting any fucking single word out of that fucking thing.
And then at the end of the game, they finally speak English.
And then they talk English, yeah. They have the fucking shitstorm of Russian, and then don't get any satisfaction out of it because nobody knows what the fuck they're saying. They're just scared by it. And then they start speaking English then because I want people to know how much of a shit team you are. That's exactly how it goes. Like I say, I'm not being offensive when I say that. That's exactly how it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
It seriously, I'm like that's just how it is. But then again, that's how everybody is in Dota 2, innit? Generally, like you.
I'm gonna say it's probably the same.
It's exactly the same. Like I say, that's why I say I'm not being offensive because the English folk are exactly the same. The only time they'll talk on comms is to berate people. I mean, yeah, granted, you get a few good eggs and stuff like that, but I've had a few good Russian eggs as well. Like, you know, folk that just talk on comms and stuff like that, have a good time and stuff like that, and have a laugh. And you get English folk that do that. Not English folk, but, you know, English-speaking folk that do that as well, and they have a good time and stuff like that, talk on comms. But generally, for the most part, people that speak on comms in Dota 2 public games are just there to fucking talk shit and slam the team and stuff like that.
The funniest two people I've ever seen on comms in Dota is that auto-tune singing guy and this Russian person who was replying.
Yeah.
And the Russian guy was the funny part.
Mm.
So I don't really mind.
Like I said, I do remember a couple of good Russian guys. I had a good laugh with games, stuff like that. Actually, like, you know, like well played, and, you know, had a good laugh with game when something went funny and stuff like that. But I think it's more standout because literally you only ever hear two languages in Dota 2 comms, don't you? English and Russian. I mean, I'm sure I must have done at some point, but I rarely, let's say rarely ever hear another language other than Russian or English.
I had a Japanese guy, and all I could say to him was,
You've had a Japanese guy, haven't you?
I just spoke to him what broken Japanese I could. I think I said to him, hello, I like you, you're Japanese, I'm not Japanese.
But yeah, like I say, I mean, that's why you could say, oh, you know, why are you focusing on like Russian and stuff like that? It's like, well, like I say, you play Dota 2 enough, that's all you hear. You literally hear either English or Russian, and regardless of which language you hear, this is why I say I'm not just focusing on Russian, because regardless of which language you hear, it's always bleat. It's either bleating, crying, or flaming. It's one of the three. It's either salt or an assault on other players. That's all it is.
Asshole.
They're either fucking being salty or being asses towards other players and stuff like that. That's all they're fucking doing. Whether you're English or fucking English speaking or Russian speaking, that's all you fucking hear on comms generally. Because most of the pre-meds are on their own fucking comms and shit out this, so obviously. But yeah, it was a damn good game this. Like I say, the Russian theme was really good as well. I liked it. You know, I mean, I can't think of many, other than, like, say, Red Alert, I think that was the last time I probably played a game with a Russian theme. You could play, like, a Russian side or like that, so I like that was good. Very unique. the entire game was just very unique. It was very well done. Like I say, so engaging and enthralling, and genuinely even saddening when it came up with the ending credits there at the end. I was like, no, why? I was enjoying that, and I did enjoy that very much. How Long to Beat lied to me. It said it was going to be 15 fucking hours for an average, or that's what I worked it out to after, like, you know, the HDSF effect of failing a little bit. But you know, other than that early part where I struggled at the Nazi front line, I didn't really struggle again after that, did I? Apart from Miller Escort. Miller Escort was the only other problem I had, really. And even then, that was nowhere near the Nazi front line. But it's like I said, after that part, I shaped up. I did. I took the game more seriously, and I played a bit harder, and it paid off. Or it got easier. Well, no, I either played better or the game got easier. It was one of the two. It was one of the two. But yeah, guys, in a nutshell, very recommended, very enjoyable, great fucking engine, a great look and great map design, really fucking good map design. Slightly marred by the frame stutter. I mean, other than that, only gripe I'd have is the AI, which is also great, but again, not perfect. So, a diamond, but with slight imperfections, let's say. Unperfect. But very damn close. Very damn close. If it had been a bit longer, and no problems with the AI, and no frame stutter, you'd have had a fucking incredible game there. You've already got an incredible game, but it'd have been fucking... wow. If it had had those couple of things sorted out, wow, that would have been a fucking incredible game. And well, like I say, I feel bad by saying it wasn't an incredible game, because it was very, very awesomely good, let's say. I mean, I couldn't even say to you, like, an incredible game. Even, like, System Shock, I would not say incredible. That seems like 10 out of 10 does that. And I refuse to give any game 10 out of 10, because no game is perfect. No game is perfect. Well, that I can think of anyway. Even Dark Souls, even the mighty Dark Souls, which I would actually say is incredible. Still, I say it, and it's like, well, when I say incredible, it makes me think 10 out of 10, and I don't think Dark Souls is 10 out of 10. Very close, but not 10 out of 10. I don't think I ever will score a game that high. I refuse to. Anyway, when a game comes along that is genuinely that perfect, maybe, but I don't think it'll be in my lifetime. We'll see, we'll see. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. See you dudes!